From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a Tropical Weather Update.
Fred Gossage here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Monday, July 28th, 2025, with your daily, regularly scheduled tropical weather update. And across the Atlantic Basin, not much of anything going on. National Hurricane Center not highlighting any potential development threat areas for at least the next 7 days across the Atlantic Basin. There is a high risk of development into the Eastern Pacific. However, that system will be moving away from land and will not be a direct threat to the United States. So we're not going to focus on that. We're going to take a look at the Atlantic Basin, and we do have a couple areas of low pressure out here into the Atlantic, but nothing trying to develop. There's still a lot of wind shear across a large part of the Caribbean and the Western Atlantic Basin. And overall, looking at the hemispheric scale, there's not much in the way of rising motion on the large scale across the Atlantic Basin right now in terms of the MJO and such. So for global forcing, favorable for tropical development, we just don't have that in the Atlantic right now. It's probably going to be a couple more weeks before that starts to change as we head deeper into August. There are a couple of tropical waves coming off the west coast of Africa into the eastern Atlantic. Models had been trying to develop a tropical depression out of this, but they're starting to back off. And what was possibly going to develop was going to be very short-lived and not a direct threat to the United States anyway because of all the wind shear out ahead of it. And now what looked like it may try to develop has already started to back off in the data just because conditions aren't all that favorable just yet out here into the eastern Atlantic either. We'll be watching as we go forward here. I do think things start to change the deeper we head into the first half of August. 90% of the tropical activity or more in a usual year happens after August 1st, and we have not even made it to that yet. So we have plenty of time to go in the Atlantic hurricane season, which goes all the way through the end of November.